Hi, this is Rana, and today is Monday, so we are doing 52 weeks of 52 favorite photos of everyday life. I am also participating in Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Volume 17, and we are doing this beautiful sketch by Sarah Davies. There's my layout. There's another little peek at the sketch. I loved this, and I thought it would be perfect for these photos. These are some basketball photos of my grandson, and the reason this is favorite photo that I have chosen is because of the story behind it. This was his first basketball game. He's playing with a new little team that they just kind of pulled together, and they are actually all soccer boys. They have played soccer together for a few years, and they put this team together and joined a league in a neighboring town, and they did so good. But on this particular night, my grandson on the way over was super nervous and said, "I'm afraid to shoot. I'm afraid to shoot, Mom," and was telling her, that he was nervous. And she's, told him basically that, well, if you don't shoot, you'll never score any points. You won't make a basket if you don't try. And so anyway, as soon as he got the ball, right from the very first, tip off, he took the ball down, shot from way outside. Like if they had 3-point in second grade basketball, it would have been a 3-pointer, and nothing but net. So he was nervous, but he got over very quickly, and it was fantastic. The crowd went wild, at least all the grandmas. So anyway, I think it's their favorite photos. This is not his shot or anything. These pictures, I didn't get a shot of that. We were actually sitting on the other end, and these pictures that I have here are all from the second half. But he wasn't afraid to shoot in the second half either, and he did great. So it was very fun, and it was just a fun memory, and I want to get that documented. And I thought this sketch was so perfect for it. So you saw me there. I have some papers from Bella Boulevard, also some others. The one is from A to Z, which has been out of business for a long time. And then there's another one over there, the light orange. I don't have it on there yet. It's right there to the right. And it's very thin. I have no idea how old that one is or anything. It doesn't have a branding strip or anything. It's very, very thin, single-sided paper, and yeah. Anyway, so getting some of that used up, and some of it was partial papers, and so a little bit of getting some scraps used, a little bit more too, and I thought this was fun. You saw me cut my circle there. I do have a Cricut, but my Cricut, I'm not able to use it when I was making this video, and so I got out the trusty old Coluzzle. I don't know how long you've been scrapbooking, but if you've been scrapbooking, since the 2005, 6, 7, you may have had a Coluzzle, and I kept mine. You can't get blades for it anymore that I can find anyway, not the swivel blades that work in it, but it's just still a great tool, and my knife is getting very dull, so I won't be able to use it forever, but I loved it back in the day, and I would still be using it if I still had replacement blades. But of course the Cricut works fantastic, and this is just I'm glad I have it because I was able to use it even though I can't use my Cricut. So, and I got my big circle, which I could have taken a plate and traced it and cut around it, but it's hard to cut a circle, so I was happy I had it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my circle right in the middle. You saw some stamps there. I used a stencil and did a little ink blending. That is Black Soot Distress ink, not oxide. And I also had an All in Create stencil there with the X's, and I love that stencil. my thinking was with that, like when they're drawing up their plays, they have like X's and O's and, go here and do this and, whatever. So that's why I did that. Also on this, I'm so mad. When I just had that laid out and I was watching this back, that orange piece right there was on the other side of that black and not right up against the other orange. And now I wish I had it there. It was so much better over on the other side of that black with the orange basketballs. So I may have to tear that apart and redo it. I think I'll still be able to get it up as long as I can still get my photos up. But anyway, yeah, sometimes when you watch the video back, you realize that you made a mistake, and I really didn't notice it as I was doing it or even when I was taking the final pictures. But now that I saw it on video, I want it the other way. Oh, goodness. So I am adding some foam. This is just the fun foam I'm putting on the back of my photos. And I'm going to get those placed. I kind of overlapped them. Hers was a little bit different in her photos. She had two that were the same size and one overlapped quite a bit. I had wanted to use these photos because of 52 favorites. And so these were the photos I had chosen for this week, and I didn't want to reprint or only have two. So I'm going to stick with this, and I think it's still close enough to the sketch. It's definitely inspired by the sketch, right? So you're going to see my title here, and I have no use. I have two packages of this same thing and no use, which seems odd to me that I don't have any lowercase u's, but anyway, easy enough to take an M and cut off one of the humps. It worked perfectly, and you can't tell at all. So my title is going to say, "You missed 100% of shots not taken." I think it should have been a little bit longer, but that's okay. I didn't have enough room, and I thought I could make it fit that way, and it worked out fine. So also didn't have, I did not have a percentage, but this worked with 2 periods and a Frankenstein 1, and it worked out fine. So I'm going to get all of those placed. At the end, I think I run out of O's too, but I found one more. Have to make another N, and now I'm going to be short on M's, but I've gotten quite a bit of use out of these letters, and I still have some E's, so running out of a few is fine. And these, because they're the foam tape kind, or the foam thickers, they are very easy to cut apart and make another letter, and it looks fine. You can even add extra stuff to one, and if you put it right up next to it, you can barely tell. So these are some of my favorite ones to be able to get a lot of use out of, because you can easily manipulate them. And there was also some arrows and some plus signs, and I'm going to use those. I'm just going to turn my little plus signs over and make them some more X's, so I have 3-dimensional X's. And I played around with this arrow in a couple of different places, but I think I liked it best right there where it says to kind of point out the taken, since it's separate from the rest of the title. And there's those little plus signs that I'm going to make X's. I like how that looks. I had some Scrap and Happy Studio Flair, and I'm going to play around with that a little bit and try and decide if I want them over the pictures or just in the kind of cluster areas where I had some mixed media. And I'm going to go with one on a picture, and I actually ended up putting it on the picture because I got some ink on my picture and I didn't want to have to reprint it. And right there, my battery went dead and started beeping, and so I took it off, and all I had left was splatter, so I didn't show you the splattering part, but that's it. I hope you will check out the playlists below. There is one for 30 Days of Sketches, and there is also one for 52 favorite photos of everyday life. Thanks a lot for joining me, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.